Thanks to the support as a channel member, Michael Angood. Well, folks, this might be the last ever episode of Bourne in the USA. Or more likely, the game is going to punish me, make me go into the playoffs one more time, and you've got a couple more to go yet. That'll ultimately end in us losing in the playoffs again. Kind of hope it's the first one. Hello and welcome to part 132 of Bourne in the USA. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have our final two games of the regular season. We're at home against Hartford. We're away against El Paso. And since the last episode, we have struggled. We lost a couple of games. We drew one. 4 games without a win. But we have turned it around with a win against Memphis in the most recent match. But Memphis are bottom of the league and already relegated. So they weren't exactly handing out medals at the end of that match. This is what the league table looks like. 2 games to go. As has been the story pretty much since Christmas, despite our form being rotten, we're still very much in the mix. We could even still win the league. That's very unlikely. We'd have to win both games while New Mexico and Orlando lose both of theirs. But it's possible. What I think is more likely is we'll probably win both games, but still end up finishing third. And we'll have the playoffs coming up next week sometime. But if we do manage to get promoted, this is it. I've talked about it a little bit over the previous episodes. There's too much behind the scenes stuff going on now with prep for FM22 for me to find the time to fit in another series alongside Barcelona. I'm streaming on Twitch regularly again with Football Manager. I can't find a place to fit it in. Those of you who are very much pro FM and anti-Minecraft, don't worry. I'm ending the Minecraft series as well for the same reason. They're both wrapping up this week because I've got a lot to do before FM22 comes. And I can't fit it in anymore. So you'll just have to make do with Barcelona and the LOLLUJO Cup to tide you over between now and then. But hopefully we'll end on a high. What I don't want to do is end with one more playoff defeat. That would be very, very sad. So, the team for the first of today's 2 matches against Hartford, we've got Big Kev in goal, a back four of Facelli, Mitchell, Saldana and Akers, Malibran and Allen in midfield, Pesatore, who should be out there as an inverted winger, and Tobin out wide, and then Davies and Chavez up front. We need goals. If that could be arranged, please, that would be super. We want goals. We want to win a football match. We want to win 2 football matches, and then we want to see those teams above us bottling theirs. New Mexico are away against Cincinnati, who are in 16th place. And then we'll check in on what Orlando are up to in a second. None of it will matter if Hartford score here, of course. Saldana bringing his guy down, and I think he has given away a penalty. Oh, come on now. You're so cruel, Football Manager. At times, you really are cruel. And this is going to be a lovely example. Oh, no penalty. What a lovely game. I've always admired how Football Manager manages to straddle that line between delightfulness and cruelty, and he's never cruel. Can it hear me? I hope it can't hear me. We've got a corner here. Orange County are ahead against Sacramento. They've scored a goal before we were able to even check who they were playing. So that probably rules out any hope we had of winning the league. And also, because they're realistically the team we're chasing, does pile on the pressure for a result here, because if things end as they are in all 3 of these matches now, we can't get into automatic promotion, despite being in the automatic promotion spots for the majority of the season. We have, I want to say we've bottled it right at the end. We haven't. We've bottled the entire second half of the season when everyone else has been bottling just as hard. And it looks like as the dust settles, we might be the ones who suffer the most from it. But we've been so poor in the second half of this season that if we do manage to muster up a promotion, it'll be a miracle. Pesatore putting us 1-0 up with his 16th of the season. He fancies himself a miracle, it seems. 1-0 to Bourne. We're right back in it. What we really need is Orange County to concede a goal and allow us to really start piling the pressure right back onto them again. We've got a throw. We'd love a second goal. Akers playing it forward to Davies, who's similar to Pearson and a few of these other players, has really struggled in the second half of the season. A year ago, he scores there. I think the game is telling me that some of these players we've relied on for quite a long time, like Davies, like Pearson, like Corby, Allen. I think some of these are probably reaching their expiry date, and they're certainly not going to be good enough to be Premier League players. If we do get there, it's going to be very interesting. If we do manage to get promoted before we wrap things up, it's going to be very interesting to see if the clubs stay there or whether we get a fire sale and a free fall down the league, which I don't think I've ever seen in any of my series before. A team getting relegated in the 5 years on, but usually that's because I've set them up with Champions League wins and league titles and super squads. It's going to be very difficult leaving a team who've just got promoted, assuming we do, and seeing how they get on. Equally, it'd be quite interesting if we don't get promoted, seeing if whoever comes in after me is able to take us on to the next step, because that would be that'd be an interesting thing as well. In the meantime, we've gone 2-0 up, which is nice. Tobin is in. Little dink over the goalkeeper. Lovely old stuff. Orange County also. Orange County now 3-0 up, and New Mexico have gone 1 up against Cincinnati, meaning at the moment, New Mexico are uncatchable, and we still find ourselves 2 points behind Orange County, meaning that if everything stays as it is on the final day of the season, we have to win. We could get away with them drawings. We have a better goal difference than them, but we would have to win the last game whilst they simultaneously don't win for us to go back above them into an automatic promotion spot. Orange County now 4-0 up, and it really is starting to feel like there's not much chance of them dropping any more points this season. But I guess the other thing that it then presents us with is, if we're not getting into those automatic promotion spots, for goodness sake, let's go into the playoffs with some form. That run of 4 games where we didn't win a match, that would be a nightmarish way to enter the playoffs. This, if it stays as it is, would be 2 wins on the bounce. If we can add a 3rd win to that, even if we do then have to deal with the disappointment of not making it up automatically, at least we're going into the playoffs off 3 wins on the bounce. And that's better form than bad form. Let's try and put the positives onto it, for goodness sake. What's happening? What is happening? 2-2. Orlando 3-0 up still. Oh, no, 4-1 up now, Orlando. I mean, if it ends like this, the last game of the season becomes meaningless. We must score. Yeah, and I know what will happen. Orlando will lose on the last day now. They'll secure promotion now and lose on the last day. It's hideous. I hate this game sometimes. What have we got? Hatuka. We'll just bring those 2 on. This save. Football Manager's too easy. This save. My goodness me. This save. Sacramento now 4-3 against Orange County. Are they going to come in and do us a really twisty, weird last day piece of nonsense? Because we're not going to score. That's for sure. But are Sacramento going to score and keep our dream alive going into the last day? Cross from Pearson finds nobody. Malibran now to Akers. Akers to Hatuka. Oh my word! 94 minutes on the clock, and Omri Hatuka has just kept the dream alive. What a goal. What a moment for Bourne. Look at this. It's absurd that he scored from there. If we can now have a Sacramento goal as well against Orange County, we could be well back in the mix. We could be in the automatic promotion spots. Let's just not concede. Let's not worry about that. I'll take not conceding. Hatuka's going the wrong way now. He's just made himself the hero and now giving the ball away. Mitchell just lumps it clear. That's all you need to do. Where's that final whistle, referee? I see there's 94 minutes on the clock and I'm perturbed by the continuation of football. What is going on? Blow the whistle. For goodness sake. Mitchell, dominant header clear again. Davies, just run with it. Just run into the corner. Just run. That's it. Just keep running. I mean, that'll do as well. They think it's all over. It is now. I've always wanted to do that. Oh, 4-2. Hatuka is the hero of the day. There was nobody on the pitch. That's why I didn't do that bit. But, oh my word. What has gone on in the Orange County game? I'm goosebumpy at this. This is nuts. I think Orange County still won. How can we have moments like that and not end up with a happy ending? Surely things are going to go our way on the last day, because that was a bit special. What's just happened there? It was 4-3 between Orange County and Sacramento in the end. It all comes down to the last day of the season. We have to win whilst they don't win. Right, just one change then for the El Paso game. Wilkinson is in for Malibran. There is I'm on the fence about whether Hatuka comes into the side or not. I think he might be, what's going on there? I think he might be best place coming off the bench again like he did in the last game. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to leave the rest of the team as it was. They played well until they started to tire. Hatuka can come on when there's tired legs again, and we'll see what happens. What we do need to do is immediately find out what Orlando City are up to, because obviously nothing here matters if they win. But at the same time, nothing there matters unless we win. So we need to go ahead and we need to hope they don't. So Orlando City are away against San Antonio. San Antonio, 5th in the league. That is a difficult match for them. I'm dreaming a little bit, but I've played this game long enough to know there's probably going to be twists in the tail just yet. Chavez now is, I was going to say he's in behind. He's not really, but he has been clattered there. And Pesatore is straight in there to get involved. And Joe Allen, not that one, with the effort that's straight at the goalkeeper. And it's cleared, but that's the first big chance of the game. And Akers with the throw finds Davies. Davies to Wilkinson. Wilkinson, fresh in the team today, plays it back to Akers. Now Davies, cross comes in, Pesatore! How many times have we seen that? 17 is the answer. I was going to say, how many times have we seen him do that this season? It says at the bottom of the screen, 17 times. 17th goal of the season for Pesatore, and we're 1-0 up. So now we want to check in on what Orlando are doing and make sure my maths is right and that a draw for them is okay. As it stands, sugar plums, they're ahead in their game. They must be, because they've gone up to 84 points. Do they not know the script here? Is it going to be a last-minute thing? Come on, there's romance in the air. Let us have it. Pesatore scored again, so we're 2-0 up. Pesatore is really, really trying to drag us into the Premier League. But Orlando are just ruining everything for everybody. I need to see what they're doing. Stop showing me highlights. Let me see what's going on in the other game. For goodness sake, Sports Interactive, let us have those little boxes of information back on the match screen again. I need latest scores on here. It's all well and good it being on the thing between highlights. I want to know now what's going on in the other match. I don't want to wait for in between highlights. Right, Orlando are winning 1-0 against San Antonio. So as it stands, nothing we do here matters. We need San Antonio to get their act together. They've fallen out of the playoffs as things stand. So they need to sort their lives out, grab themselves a goal, and let us go to the Premier League. Please and thank you. Orlando are 3-0. We've got to do the playoffs again. I don't want to do the playoffs again. I mean, the only consolation is it does give us the chance for the redemption storyline series ender, where we finally, after, what's it been? 9 attempts? We finally win the playoffs to get to the promised land. It's a lovely story, but I don't really rate our chances. You've seen us in the playoffs all these previous times. You know how unlikely it is that we're going to do it. I just don't want to do the playoffs. San Antonio, we need a miracle. We need a San Antonio miracle. They've got to score 3 times without reply against a team who just can't stop scoring. New Mexico have now gone ahead in their game, I think, and have gone back to the top of the league. They were top of the league before. They've just extended their lead a little bit. Big Kev with the goal kick. News has spread at halftime of what's going on in San Antonio. How close is San Antonio to El Paso? They're both Texas, aren't they? Texas is presumably a small place. I imagine they're like Nottingham and Derby right next to each other. We can probably hear what's going on in their ground. I'm sure that's how Texas works. Right, Tobin on the right-hand side. It doesn't really matter. Give him a picture-in-picture. I want to know what's going on in the other game. I don't really care what's going on here. Pesatore's going to grab a hat-trick, and it counts for nothing. Unless Can we send him there for the second half? How close are these grounds to each other? If we can send Pesatore there to help San Antonio out, I'd rather that than him score a penalty for us. Stuffing has been blown out of me here. Right, just give the penalty. Get a wriggle on. Pesatore for his hat-trick. Yay, woo, Patrick. Patrick. Wait, it was Patrick Pesatore is his new name. And, come on, San Antonio. Don't want to see it. What we do want to see, goals for San Antonio. They've got one. So did Orlando. It's 4-1 now. So they've still got to score 3 goals with no reply. It's 5-1 to Orlando. I hate this game so much. I've played probably getting on for 2,500 hours of FM21 and it still upsets me. At least I still care. But oh, God. 6 months of my life have gone into this save. Can we not just have something go our way, please? I'm a good boy. I do stuff for charity. Oh, I deserve something nice. Please let us get to the Premier League. Please. Pretty please with bells on. Tobin. Davies. Who cares anymore? How do we get this to his... Pesatore's got his 4th goal. He cares. That's who cares anymore. I ask who cares. Pesatore answers the question. He is ready for the Premier League. He is ripping this league apart. Hopefully, the form he's in, he can drag us through the playoffs, because I think at this point, we are resigned to the fact we are definitely going to be in the playoffs. That'll be next week. And fingers crossed, we win them. We've got another penalty here. Give it to Pesatore. Let him set a club record. I think Jorge Hernandez has the record for goals in a game. I don't think he ever got a double hat-trick, though. I think 5. I hope this is going to Pesatore. I want him to take it again. He scored his last one. We may as well see how many goals he can accumulate in this game. No penalty. Well, niblets to you then. Who cares? Ridiculous. Right, we're just going to make a change. I should probably have done this a little bit earlier. Hatuka can come on. Pearson can come on. Pardo, yeah, stick him in midfield. Why not? We've got nothing to lose at this point. Mitchell, our centre-back, with an in-swinging corner. Saldana, our other centre-back, gets onto the end of it. But it's not on target. It doesn't really matter. It's still 5-1 to Orlando against San Antonio. Any hope for a points deduction, maybe? Are they cheating? Is Kift an ineligible player? Can we get a 2-point deduction from them? I don't want anything too harsh. Just a 2-point deduction. I think that's fair. Facelli can't get his cross in. It falls back to Wilkinson. Wilkinson into the penalty area, looking for Hatuka, who, of course, is also in pretty good form. Can't believe that we have to do the playoffs again. Pearson. Is it my only hope? And it's Pearson scored again. Remember when he used to do that? My only hope, and this is a long shot, either Orlando or New Mexico are a B team of a team in the Premier League and can't go up. I know that's not the situation. San Antonio have got an 88th minute second goal. Imagine if they get it back to 5-5. 3 copies of FM22 for everyone if that game ends 5-5. I will buy every single one of you a copy of the game. Let's see if it please. Oh, can't really afford that. Where is it? I can't even find it. I thought they were... Who were they playing? Am I being thick? Oh, San Antonio. 5-2 in the end, it finished. Oh, we've got to play San Antonio now. Well, we play San Antonio in the playoffs, so let's punish them. They've ruined our day. We're going to go and punish them. Playoffs coming up on Monday, maybe Tuesday, early next week, probably. Please let us win them this time. Please let us win them this time. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. Thank you very much for watching.